I can't wait for us to have children of our own. Maybe then you could see how wonderful a real family will be. Maybe it'll make up in some tiny way for the unhappiness you knew as a child.
MJ, there's something I should tell you. I should have told you before, but I couldn't.
What is it?
I don't know where to begin. It's just that I was afraid I'd lose you. I wanted to tell you. I tried to tell you a lot of times.
Tom, what is it? You're making it sound awful.
When I was 16, my father, well, he was in his early 30s then. He got very ill, and for a long time the doctors didn't know what it was. But then, well, he gradually began losing control. Eventually he was losing his balance, and then after a while he couldn't even walk.
Oh, Tom, that's terrible.
Yeah. Well, in a way it was even worse for my mother. Since the family doctor couldn't diagnose it, they were treating him for different things every few weeks.
Did they finally find out what it really was?
Yeah. They brought in a specialist from Boston. He found out from Dad that his mother had died from it. Well, see, at that time, nobody thought that it was the kind of thing that could be passed on.
What was it?
Huntington's chorea.
Oh, Tom. It's a hereditary disease of the nervous system.
Yeah, the central nervous system. It's a slow and lingering sickness, MJ. That's why I thought it was probably even worse for my mother, but, well, Dad must have known too, because he ended it for himself.
He took his own life?
What little life there was left for him to take.
Oh, but Tom, that's wrong. There's always hope.
My dad didn't see it that way, and the specialist couldn't hold up much hope for him either. There isn't any way for any early detection. Not yet, anyway. And it hits you when you're in your early 30s. Then it strikes.
Tom. Are you telling me that you could have this too?
Yeah, there's a 50-50 chance. And I'm not really scared for myself, but I couldn't bring a child into this world knowing that I could pass on a gene that one day could cripple him in the middle of his life. They call it a deleterious gene.
I know. Listen, I'm not just saying this to make both of us feel better, but Tom, there are new work is being done in the field of genetics all the time. There are new discoveries being made.
I know. But I couldn't risk handing down that gene, handing down that burden to a child. MJ, I couldn't ask you to be a part of my life without knowing this.
I'm already a part of it. Loving you makes me that.
MJ, I should have told you this before I asked you to marry me. So I'll understand if you want to get out of it now.
Listen to me. I'm sure of one thing. I love you. I'm not walking out on you. I want to know more about this disease. I want to know what kind of research is being done.
I know. I've already heard this from the specialist. Sure, they're studying. But I met this doctor when I was in the service. He dealt with a lot of cases of this. And he laid it on the line to me. I may have it. And until I know that I don't, I run the risk of passing it on to any children I have. So I'm laying it on the line to you, MJ. The decision is in your hands now.
The doctors will return in just a moment.
Do you think I should go to Noah's dressing room and talk to her? No.
She was so nervous when she left here.
No. Give her some time alone so she can calm down a little before she goes on.
Yeah. I just can't imagine what happened to Jason.
Sarah, I haven't brought this up before, but I know that Nola and Jason were seeing a lot of each other before I went out to California. I had no idea they'd keep it up now that his wife is in town.
Doesn't seem to make any difference to Jason. He and Doreen's marriage isn't like a marriage at all. I mean, it's not like one I've ever seen. They don't live together. They don't even seem to like each other very much.
Why do they stay married?
That's the mystery. They're both very independent people. I don't understand it at all.
Well, how do you feel about Nola being with a married man?
All I want for Nola is just to see her happy. Jason's made her happier than anyone she's ever known before.
But
I just hope his not calling and his not being here doesn't mean it's the beginning of a lot of unhappiness for Nola.
Don't get up, Mike. It's all right.
No, sit down. Mike ordered you another soda. How are you feeling?
I'm jumpier than ever. It must be a full moon or something. This whole place is strange.
strange? Why?
Look, I just went into the office to say hello to Andre. They told me he's not coming back.
You mean never?
Right. He sold out his interest, or his partners did. I knew he was having hard times, but I never knew they would act bad. Anyway, Andre usually introduces me. I guess my accompanist is going to have to tonight. Sarah, how are you?
Fine, Mrs. Aldrich. This is Mike Powers. This is Doreen Aldrich.
Well,
Hi.
how do you do? Matt Powers' son.
Yeah, right. Nice to meet you, Mrs.
Thank you. Hello, Noah.
Hello?
Well, I read in the newspapers about this gala little opening, so I thought I'd come down and have a drink and join the festivities. Thank you. I was sure I'd see Jason here. He's coming later. Oh, that's odd. He's usually so punctual for things he's really interested in.
Mrs. Aldrich, would you care to...
Oh, no. No, thank you for the invitation, but I think I'll just go and sit at the bar. I might have to leave early. And I wouldn't want Nola to see me walking out before she's finished her act.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me. Oh. Good luck, Nola. Thank you. Well, that's all I needed to make this night complete.
Else, please don't hesitate to call, and I'll send them up with the chauffeur.
Oh, Mona, you're very sweet, really, but I think I've packed enough for them.
Mother, it's getting kind of late. I should take Carolee home.
No, wait a moment, would you? I have a suggestion that I'd like to make to both of you.
Of course. What's in your mind?
Well, I think you both realize how badly I feel about having allowed Annie to deceive me. So I just cannot understand why I was so blind.
You know you weren't the only one Ruth deceived. I really think you should try to just forget about it.
Well, I'd like to make up to you for my past actions, and I'd like to help you through this I know it's a difficult time of waiting.
I don't think there's anything that anyone can do right now except wait until she's found.
Well, I have had a thought, I think, that might help. Carolee, I know how devoted you are to the children and how difficult it is for you to be separated from them so much of the time.
Yes, it is.
So I want you to know I would be so happy if you would move in here, where you be with Steve and with the children, and until Steve is legally free and you can pick up the pieces of your life again.
Mother. Thank you.
Mona, I can't tell you how much this means to me.
Oh, please, do plan to move in when you come back from your mother's.
Well, you see, Steve and I have been talking, and... well, I'm thinking about renting the old Maple Avenue house for me and the children.
Oh, please think of coming here instead?
Of course I will, but I really don't want to do anything else to confuse the children even more.
I understand.
So is there anything I can say that'll help?
I won't stop hoping, Tom. I don't care how many specialists you've seen. One of the things I love the most about the medical profession is that they never give up until they find a cure. Tom, it could happen tomorrow. It could happen next year.
It could also happen too late for us.
You're not even certain you've inherited it.
I know that. But there's no way to know until it could be too late. I could have already passed it on to my children.
Tom, there are things now that they can determine during a woman's pregnancy. Amniocentesis. It's a tap they do with the amniotic fluid.
I know, I've heard about that. But Huntington's disease cannot be detected that way yet.
Yet. That's the word that we both have to hold on to. Tom, out of the whole world, we found each other. And we fell in love, and now we want a life together. It would be awful to turn our backs on that and walk away when in a couple of years they might find a cure.
MJ, I don't want to walk away from you. But I couldn't ask you to be part of my life without knowing what could happen in the future.
I love you. I'm already part of your life. I don't want either of us to be afraid. Listen, there's nothing certain in this life anyway. If we're together, we could face anything.
I feel that way, too. It's just that I know how important it is to you to have children of your own.
I still want children. I won't give up hoping.
But I'm trying to tell you.
Tom, listen to me. There are tremendous strides being made in medical research. They're finding new cures. They're finding new ways of detecting things. That's our hope. We have to hold on to it.
I still can't get over your mother's offer.
I can't either. You know, she's trying every way she knows to let you know how sorry she is. Did you see the look on her face when you said you might move back to the Maple Avenue house with the kids?
Yes, I did.
She worships those children. Billy, too?
I miss Billy.
Do you? I do, too. Maybe if he can arrange to get a day off, you know, the two of us might drive up and visit all of them.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Promise me something.
Well, what?
That you'll give some serious thought to Mother's offer while you're away.
Look, I really meant what I said. I don't want those children any more confused than they are. Eric is old enough to understand. Till you're legally free of Anne, you know he's going to be saying, what's going on around here?
Okay, then let's both give it some serious thought while you're away, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I have to go in now, right?
No, it's not all right. Why do you have to go?
Well, because Tom just left a little while ago, and I want to talk to MJ before she goes to bed. Okay?
Okay. Remember something while you're gone, will you?
What?
I love you very, very much.
Yes, Betsy, I wanted you to be the first to know. As soon as I hang up with you, I'm going to call Darren. I don't know how to describe him. He's kind, and he's gentle, and he's fun. Oh, I just can't wait for you to meet him. No, we haven't set a definite date yet. There's a lot of things I'd like to talk to you about, so maybe you and Dick and Ricky could come down a few days before the ceremony. That would be great. I'll call you as soon as I know the details. I love you, too. Goodbye.
Did I just hear you say ceremony? Honey,
Daddy! Oh, when is the big day? He wants to get married during our vacations.
Oh, drat. I wish I weren't going away to my mother's now tomorrow. I want to stay here and
Don't
help
be
you.
silly. There's plenty for you to do. There will be time. I want to talk to you about something if you're not too tired.
Are you kidding? I came home early just to talk to you. I want to hear every happy detail and don't leave a thing out. Tom is really sure of his facts.
Yeah, when his father became ill, he consulted all kinds of specialists. Apparently, he was either misdiagnosed in other generations or nobody talked about it.
How awful for him, not knowing.
Well, that's why he doesn't want to have children of his own. He's so afraid of passing on that guilt. He's guilty about passing on that fear to somebody else.
I mean, I suppose there's always a possibility of a cure.
Well, that's what I told him. Or a way of detecting it during pregnancy.
You know, you gotta be realistic. There's no assurance.
I also have to be realistic about my feelings for Tom. When he told me, I tried to picture a life without him. If the very worst happens and Tom finds out that he... Well, I guess I'd rather spend the time with him now, living with the hope, than lose him.
Got to be sure, MJ. Very sure.
Good evening, Mrs. Aldrich.
Good evening, Mr. Danzig. How are you?
Fine, thank you. It's a real pleasure seeing you here tonight.
All right. Don't do too much of a good thing.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, thank you. Black Russian.
Johnny, Black Russian for the lady, my usual.
Did you see your two sisters sitting over there with Mike Powers?
I sure did. Yeah, I didn't go over there, though. See, Vince is going to make an announcement and introduce me before Nola comes on, and we're going to make it a big surprise.
Well, I'll be watching their faces. I'm sure it will be quite amusing.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. May I drink a toast to your big evening?
Okay.
One of many big evenings, I'm sure, ahead.
And here's to the lady that made it all possible.
Well, I guess it's about that time.
Okay.
Oh, no. Good luck. Thank you.
I'm sure Jason will be here before you finish.
I wish I was as sure about that as you are, but I'm not. I don't think he's going to show up at all, Sarah. Hey, wish me luck.
Hi. All the best, Noel.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for being here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Andres. Before I introduce our star attraction, I have an announcement. Starting tonight, Andres will be under new management, and I think you're going to enjoy meeting the man who will be your host. I know he's got a lot to say to you, so let's give him a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke Dancy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Andres. Before I introduce our star attraction, I have an announcement. Starting tonight, Andres will be under new management, and I think you're all going to enjoy meeting the man who will be your host.
Wish me luck.
So let's give him a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke Dancy.
Believe it, our brother, the boss here.
Thank you, Vince, for that very nice introduction. Well, I'd like to say to all the regulars here, new patrons of Andres, how happy I am to be here tonight and to share this great night with you in my life. I'd like to say to all the regulars that I hope you keep coming back because we've got some great things in store for you, and I hope you newcomers, please don't make yourself scarce after tonight, will you not? All right. Well, one more thing. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my backers. Now, these are the people that trusted me enough to make this night possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to be the happiest night in my life. And now, it's a great pleasure to introduce somebody that's very close to me and really needs no introduction at all because she's already a favorite here at Andres. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to introduce and to say welcome back to my kid sister, Noah Dancy.
The doctors will return in just a moment.
Who is it?
Barney Dancy, Eleanor.
Oh, Barney, it's nice to see you.
Evening. I hope I haven't barged in on you at a bad time now.
Not at all. Please come in.
Thank you. I know I should have called. You know, I was out strolling, and next thing you know, I was right around the corner from this building.
Barney, it's always a pleasure to see you, and you're welcome here. I hope you know that.
Oh, thank you. I sure appreciate that.
I like to have somebody to talk to. Could I make you something to drink?
Oh, yeah, well, a little club soda would be just fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Kind of warm out there. Is Luke home?
Well, he's probably at Andres.
Oh, well, thank you. The deal come through?
Yes, he has the controlling interest now. I think it's official tonight.
What? Gee, that's just wonderful. Congratulations.
Oh, Barney, there aren't any congratulations due me. I didn't have anything to do with it.
What?
Group of local businessmen are backing him. They gave him the money. I guess they're probably with him tonight, sharing his excitement.
Well, now, how did this all happen since you talked to me? I thought you and he were going to be partners in on this.
That's the way we both wanted it to be, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, why? Well, gee, I'm sorry. I realize this is none of my business.
No, Barney, really. I'm glad to have somebody to talk to. There isn't anybody else I can discuss it with.
Oh, I know. You were so excited about both of you being in on this thing, together, like as a team.
Yes, I know. Well, it's hard to say this. I failed Luke when he needed me.
Oh, now, come on, Eleanor. I can't believe that.
Oh, that's true. Luke needed that money quickly because he was afraid of somebody else getting in ahead of him, My lawyer stalled, wouldn't approve the investment, and Luke had to go to complete strangers for the kind of financial support and encouragement I should have been giving him. I haven't forgiven myself for that.
No. Gee, I'm so sorry about that, Eleanor. I know you'd like to have been there to share on Luke's, his first big success.
I don't think anybody knows how much that meant to me.
Yeah. I know how excited you were when you first talked to me about it.
You know, Barney, I know that doesn't do any good dwelling on things that are past, you know? But it hurts not being there tonight. We talked about this evening so many times. We made plans for it.
Well, now, Eleanor, why'd you go there anyway?
To Andres.
Sure. Well, I'd take him myself if I would dress for the occasion.
Barney, I couldn't.
Sure you could. And you should. You're the one that should share in Luke's excitement about tonight, not some strangers, no matter who they are.
Oh, well, I don't think I deserve to be there. I wasn't there when Luke asked me for help. I wasn't...
Come on, Eleanor, come on. That's a lot of nonsense. Now, you know as well as I do that, well, Luke's feelings for you haven't changed. And he must realize that it's because of you that this has all happened, because of your support and your love for him.
Well, Barney, I am concerned about appearances, too.
What appearances?
Not everybody is as understanding as you are about our relationship.
Oh, well, now look, Eleanor, I'm not asking you to flaunt anything. But you can't do any harm just dropping in at Andres for a drink.
I'm afraid Luke wouldn't like it.
Well, no, I think you're wrong about that. After all, I know him better than anybody else. He's my boy. And you're overlooking the most important point of all.
What's that?
The fact that Luke could want the woman that he loves to be there.
I think he would have asked me myself if that's the way he wanted it.
Well, now, Eleanor, you know how sensitive Luke is about other people's feelings, and he probably didn't ask you because he realized how bad it'd make you feel, just, kind of sitting there and not being a part of it all.
Barney, do you think that's it?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
All right. That's some singer, that sister of mine, isn't she?
If you say so.
Whoa, now. What'd you think of my speech?
Oh, I thought it was a little coy for my taste, but sure, customers seem to enjoy it.
I really meant what I said up there. This is the most exciting night in my life. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure you can thank me properly later. Tell me, what were those surprises you promised the customers?
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hire an interior decorator, come on in here, and let him give me some of his ideas.
Well, Luke, before you do that, I think there are some areas that could stand immediate attention.
Like what?
Oh, I'm making a mental note, but I'll go over them with you very soon.
Barney, do you really think Luke wants me there tonight?
Oh, Eleanor, look here. I'll bet you my bottom dollar on it. Now, don't you pay any attention about appearances. And you make this a night that Luke will remember always. Eh? Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I better get it back on home. Sarah's away, and I don't like to let Ginny sit home alone.
Barney, I am so glad you stopped by. It really does help to talk about it with somebody that understands.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see and speak with you, Eleanor. And you just remember what I told you now. You just go on over there tonight and enjoy yourself.
I think I just might, Barney.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Nice to see you here.
Yeah, congratulations on your new business.
Thank you very much. Hi, Sarah.
Congratulations, then.
Thank you.
How come you kept it a secret from the family?
Well, I didn't want to say anything until I was sure that the deal was all set. I just found out a couple of days ago that it's all set.
I wonder what Mama's reaction's going to be.
I think she's going to be damn proud of me. Nola, show was great. Just
was?
great. I loved it.
Listen, I was in such a daze, I didn't even know what I was singing. You are a very rough act to follow. I still can't believe that you own this place now.
Well, maybe I can make it easier on you if I gave you a $50 raise, huh?
Oh, hey, I think I'm gonna like working for my older brother. But listen, don't start giving everybody raises now. You'll go broke.
Not worried about it a bit.
Luke, I think you maybe should worry. Andre had some very rough weeks here.
I'm not going to have any of those nights here. Matter of fact, I got big plans for this place.
Oh, yeah? What?
Well, I'm going to change it and give it a whole new facelift. Yeah, you know.
Would you mind telling me something? What bank did you rob?
I didn't rob anything. You heard my announcement. I really found some backers that really believe in me.
They must.
They do. Listen, I better go out there and mingle with the crowd. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Mike, is everything all right with you here?
No, absolutely fine.
Just a second. Waiter. Listen, you should give this gentleman here a bottle of champagne on the house, all right?
Well, thank you, Luke. That's not necessary.
It's my pleasure. Listen, is Jason going to come here and listen to your second act?
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, listen, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Billy, you were wonderful.
Oh,
thank you, sir. I couldn't keep my mind on anything. But with Luke's announcement and everything, oh, I was pretty jittery. I couldn't concentrate on anything.
It didn't show, did it?
No, not a bit. You were great. You had the audience in the palm of your hand.
Well, I couldn't have gotten through it at all if both of you hadn't been out. But I see that Mrs. Aldridge managed to sit through the whole set.
Don't you think you should keep circulating?
What are you trying to do, get rid of me?
In a word, yes. I think we've spent enough time alone in public together tonight.
Nobody's even noticed. What are you worried about?
We have to be very careful now that you were foolish enough to let Jason represent you in this deal.
We already went over that.
Well, I'm still worried.
There's nothing to worry about. I covered it with Jason the last time I saw him.
Oh, well, that's very reassuring.
Listen, Jason, there's no way in the world that Jason's ever thinking that you came up with the money anymore. Believe me.
Don't ever underestimate Jason. He's very shrewd about most things.
Buy you a drink?
Circulate.
Oh, come on, Doreen. I mean, everybody knows that I know you through the job at the hotel.
And that's all I want them to know, so go on.
Well, it was nice talking to you, Mrs. Aldridge, but I better circulate through the crowd here. Now be excused.
Oh, of course, Mr. Danzig.
Thank you.
And again, congratulations for tonight.
See you later.
Indeed, you will.
Are you leaving?
No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think I will do a bit of circulating myself.
Hi. Hi. You were so quiet, I thought maybe you'd fallen asleep.
Well, I'm just writing a letter to Billy. I want to try to get it off before I have to leave for work tomorrow.
Well, give him my love.
I was going to do that anyway.
Hey, it really hasn't been much of a summer vacation for you, has it, darling? With Billy away and then all that sadness about Tony.
I guess it's really been pretty hard on all of us, Mom. But I really do miss Billy.
Well, it won't be too long before his job is over and he'll be back.
Yeah, but I really don't think it's going to be the same then.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll still be in high school. He'll be in his first year in Madison U. I hope things don't change too much.
Darling, there's one thing in life that you can always count on, and that's that things will change. However, I think your next year is going to be a very exciting one.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you're going to have the best of two worlds. You're going to have your senior year in high school, and then you get to share Billy's first year in college.
Maggie?
Matt!
Hey!
Hey, what a wonderful surprise. I didn't expect you till tomorrow.
Yeah, fooled you. Hello there, sweetheart. How you doing?
I missed you.
Good.
So I finished up with Kyle Wilson late this afternoon, and I just hustled on out to the airport, caught the first flight I could get.
Well, how was everything in New York?
Terrific.
Yeah?
That Kyle Wilson is a genius, you know that?
Listen, I'll take your bag upstairs for you and unpack it, okay?
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
Well, do you want me to fix you a drink?
No. Just want to hold you in my arms. Oh, I just hope you missed me about half as much as I miss you.
I did. I did.
You know, I realize now that how it must have been for you when you had to go to New York to teach in that seminar. I mean, the nights are so damn lonely.
I know.
In fact, it was probably worse for you, since that was the time when things were so strained between us. Oh, Kyle sends his best. He's making plans to be here in the fall to supervise construction of the new wing.
You know, Sarah, it's getting awfully late. You don't have to stay here with me. And when Mike gets back, why don't you get him to take you home, okay?
I don't want to leave you like this.
Sarah, I am a grown girl now. I guess I brought this all on myself, and now I have to pay the piper, as they say.
Maybe Jason will be here in time for your last show.
I don't think so. Look, I gambled on how much he cared for me, and I lost. It's as simple as that.
Maybe it's got nothing to do with you at all. Maybe he got called away on business at the last minute.
Nice try, Sarah.
Is there anything I can do?
As a matter of fact, there is. You call me tomorrow morning when Jason gets in and see if he has any excuse for not showing up tonight. It's almost strange. It's the best of your relationship. Well, I'll try to figure it out. It's been the end of many others. Close to me. There have been a lot of girls who've tried to take Jason away from me. And they failed. Just like you have. Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that if I were you. Well, I wasn't. Until tonight, and Jason didn't appear. But remember, I did warn you before you went to Europe, and you wouldn't listen to me. I'm not going to listen now either. Isn't that a beautiful sapphire? But then Jason does give such lovely gifts as mementos. And it usually happens right about the time he realizes how much he enjoys his freedom with his arrangement rather than the conventional one. Give up. I really don't want to hear you and see you report. Oh, thank you so much for your concern, Doreen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go get changed for my next set.
It took a